very privileged to have been a teacher in high school. That was the only school I taught. In fact, until quite recently, you asked me about schools, I only knew 2 schools. The one where I studied in Keat Seng, and the one where I taught. Until, of course, after my retirement, Bishop Dutton there said, "You come along and help us." And then I found out a whole range of institutions called mission schools. That's how I came to that group, MCSC. You know what MCSC stands for? Malayan Christian Schools Council. Everything has become Malaysian. Why are you still Malayan? A few years back, we were having a dialogue with our brothers and sisters from Sabah and Sarawak, and the issue of forming a big body, and of course our friends from Sabah and Sarawak said, no, we do not want to join with you. We do not want to prevent Malaysian hang-ups. So that's why we remain Malayan Christian Schools Council. When Junior asked me to join the panel on mission schools, also concentrate on the church, the role of the church in mission schools. And I think speaking after PTA and Patricia has an advantage because it's set of parameters, and I just need to build on it. I was thinking some days before morning what I am going to say to such an audience. And I remember very vaguely, I think some 4 or 5 years ago, one of us, a few others were gathered in Goh Island, speaking on more or less the same topic. We talked and talked some more. We made some resolutions. I'm not too sure whether we have achieved anything significant from those resolutions. But as many of the speakers said, especially Kamyo, we must not give up. Tell our churches, don't give up our schools. I agree with that. I was wondering, after all that is said, what else is left to say about the role of the church in education? And recently, courtesy of Dr. Herman Sastry and his staff, I still get emails from CCM, and through those emails, I learned a person called Brian McLaren, described as an emerging church leader. And during one of the interviews he had with, I think, a Christian publication, he outlined 4 things that are absolutely relevant if the church, using the church in the universal sense, is going to be any significance in the body world. And I have taken this construct, and because the 4 things he mentioned, I feel are absolutely relevant to what we need to remember when we talk about mission schools and the struggle to, in some of the terms, keep Christian presence in modern society. The first of this is the Christian way of life. And by Christian way of life is meant we shouldn't be too much worried about structures and organizations, rituals of church. We should be more worried about how we live our personal lives as Christians. And remember what Christians told us about getting together and trusting one another and even loving one another. It's so relevant because I think the core of the mission school is whether or not we produce people, young people, who know how to love. And then he, in his presentation, had a slide which struck me as very, very significant. Mission schools, what is a mission? So I see my role here as reminding the churches, which includes ourselves, about our primary role. The first thing we have to remind ourselves is that we must live as Christians. It is too long to go into the history of mission and the role of schools in mission, but I need to just give you a summary of what is meant by the Christian way of life. Some years ago, one of my Catholic friends gave me a book written by a Trappist monk called Desmond Pennington, entitled False Faith, True Faith. And in this book, Pennington says that most of us, we present our faith in public in a very organized way. We spend our entire lives hiding our true faith from the world. And so only when we are in the privacy of our own homes and within our own families, our true faith ever shines forth. How right it is. And when we talk about the Christian way of life, we have to remember the wisdom of the early church fathers and also early church sisters. There are 6 traditions that every Christian is involved in. You cannot separate one from the other. All 6 make up what we call the Christian way of life. I just want to mention just 3 of these because they are present in our mission schools. They should be present in our churches as well. One of them is what we call the holiness tradition. And when we talk about the holiness tradition, we always think of Dietrich Bonhoeffer, who died in a concentration camp just before the dawn of peace. The holiness tradition highlights a life that functions as it should. The second one is the social justice tradition. It points towards a life committed to compassion and justice for all people. That's what Goh Keat mentioned. The person that the contemporary person that we associate with the social justice tradition is somebody that we might not know too well. A lady called Dorothy Day. You must read her biography. The third tradition is the evangelical tradition. You're more familiar with this. A life founded upon the living Word of God, the written Word of God, and to proclaim Word of God. And the evangelists normally associate with this evangelical tradition, of course, Billy Graham. Of all the three people mentioned, he is the only one still alive.